Sometimes, when I'm bed-rotting and endlessly scrolling TikTok, in between videos about the best dumbbell-only shoulder workout and clips from Twitch streamers that I only kind of care about, I'll come across a video like this one.
I just went to call my ex-best friend of 10 years. That sounds so fucking stupid to say. And I forgot that
where someone is alone, sometimes in their house, sometimes in their car, sitting in front of a phone camera and very emotionally venting about some extremely personal situation in their lives. Now, I've come across a lot of videos like this, but something about this one stopped me in my tracks. I don't know if it's the sudden intensity with which she's sobbing, the weird ice thing that she rubs on herself in the middle of the video, or the fact that she's eating, crying, and recording all at once, but I just can't get through this one. Truth be told, I haven't watched this video all the way through, and I don't think I will. I get this weird feeling when I come across a video like this one, like I've just accidentally walked in on two strangers having a very intense and intimate conversation that I have absolutely no business listening to. But instead of the conversation stopping and them turning to look at me as I apologetically and awkwardly back out of the room, they just keep talking, not noticing that I'm there, recounting this incredibly personal situation that I frankly just don't really care about. Now, obviously I don't want her to be sad, but this woman is a complete stranger to me. I don't know her or any of the people in her life. I haven't seen anything she's posted before, so I just get this feeling that I'm eavesdropping. This type of video has always bewildered me. I find myself wondering the same thing every time. Why record and post this to TikTok? Why not just call a friend or a family member? Someone who's at least familiar with the situation and could offer emotional support. But there is a sort of symbiotic relationship happening here. The comments are flooded with people empathizing with her, some of whom might be going through something similar and may feel less alone in their situation. But that's only happening because this video got lucky enough to go viral. Sometimes a confessional video like this will come up on my For You page, except it'll have no likes, no comments, no engagement at all. Usually I feel kind of bad for them, like they put all this emotional labor into this video, but their storytelling just wasn't engaging enough to strike the gold of the algorithm. Out of curiosity, I'll click on their account and usually find that they've posted tons of videos just like this one. I'll scroll through an endless sea of videos of them sitting in their car doing story time after story time, all just going out into the void of the internet, to be seen by no one. It always reminds me of a girl I dated in high school. Now, hear me out. This girl was a social media power user, especially on Twitter. She would post these long tweet threads several times a day about very personal things, sometimes having to do with me and our relationship. She would send me pictures and messages that I would respond to privately, only to find that she had already posted those exact same pictures and messages on her Twitter. Now, she wasn't much of an influencer or anything, and Twitter wasn't super big at our high school, so her posts wouldn't get more than maybe 2 likes. Well, that's not a diss, but I always found it bizarre she put so much time and effort into posts that almost nobody saw. For me, the engagement, the likes, the views, that was the whole point. I asked her several times throughout our relationship why she would post so much personal stuff if almost nobody sees it, and to be honest, I never got a satisfying answer. Obviously, we eventually broke up, and it wasn't until I heard a certain song that I started to piece together the answer. Well, it's not really a song, it's more of an interlude. It's from an album by the 1975 called A Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships. The track is called The Man Who Married a Robot, Love Theme, and it's spoken word performed by text-to-speech over a bed of ambient synth. It's sort of an internet age successor to Radiohead's Fitter Happier, if you're familiar with that. Now, I can't play it, so I'm just going to read it to you. Not all of it, but a selection of relevant excerpts, if you'll have me. This is a story about a lonely, lonely man. He lived in a lonely house on a lonely street in a lonely part of the world. But, of course, he had the internet. The internet, as you know, was his friend. You could say his best friend. They would play with each other every day, watching videos of humans doing all sorts of things, having sex with each other, informing people on what was wrong with them in their life. One day, the man turned to his friend, the internet, and he said, "Internet, do you love me?" The internet looked at him and said, "Yes, I love you very, 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 very much. I am your best friend. In fact, I love you so much that I never ever want us to be apart ever again ever." "I would like that," said the man. And so they embarked on a life together. Wherever the man went, he took his friend. The man and the internet went everywhere together. When the man got sad, his friend had so many clever ways to make him feel better. He would get him cooked animals and show him the people having sex again, and he would always, always agree with him. The man trusted his friend so much. "I feel like I could tell you anything," he said on a particularly lonely day. You can. You can tell me anything. I'm your best friend. Anything you say to me will stay strictly between you and the internet." And so he did. The man shared everything with his friend, all his fears and desires, all his loves, past and present, all of the places he had been and was going, and pictures of his penis. He would tell himself, man does not live by bread alone. And then he died, in his lonely house, on the lonely street, in that lonely part of the world. You can go on his Facebook. You see, when I first watched that TikTok of that woman sobbing and venting about her extremely personal situation over chips and guac, I wondered, why not tell this to a friend? But I realize now that the internet is the friend. The internet is the perfect friend. It will watch and listen to you vent, taking in every word unconditionally without interruption. The algorithms will detect exactly what you're feeling and show you content from therapists giving you advice, videos from strangers going through similar things, slideshows of touching poems over ambient music, etc., etc. It will play you the perfect sad song that you can cry to. It will deliver you your favorite comfort food, exactly what you're craving, and leave it right at your door in a timely manner. It'll play your favorite episode of your favorite comfort show that always cheers you up while you eat. It'll even help you orgasm and lull you to sleep afterwards. All without talking to a single person. Because, as you know, people are imperfect. They will sometimes not tell you what you need to hear, not know how to cheer you up. They might be asleep, they might be busy, or they might be part of your problem. They might not understand why you're upset, or worse, not care. They might think you're too sensitive, that you're overreacting, that you rely on them too much, and you're too emotional. The internet is perfect. It will always listen, it will never judge you, it will know exactly what you need to hear, and it will tell it to you. It won't complain, it won't get tired, and it will always take your side. "I feel like I could tell you anything," he said, on a particularly lonely day. You can. You can tell me anything. I'm your best friend. Anything you say to me will stay strictly between you and the internet. Treat me like what you